Behold the ugliest island in the entire game of Minecraft. I did not realize when I started chipping out those trees and I was planning this whole seaside park thing that this island was going to look like this. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to a brand new episode of Tritoncraft. We are up here on top of our happy guest, and I just dropped my lead down below. It's raining out. What do you think the chances are that this guy is going to stay here while I go down there and then riptide my way back up here and try to get back on it? I don't know either, but we gonna find out. Oh God, don't miss. Okay, I didn't miss. I dropped my lead off of the thing and I'm like, oh God, how am I supposed to get the lead back? Oh God, no. This is not gonna go well for either me or the gas. I don't feel it. Stay! I did it. I did not think that was gonna work at all. Keep the lead out of my hand, please. But yeah, we have a big blank canvas, rock and roll behind us here. We have the beginnings of a bridge. We're gonna try to get this bad boy done before the episode wraps out. We're going to use the same exact design we used for the previous bridge, but I've got a decision to make in terms of how this seaside park thing is going to go necessarily. Because there's basically like part of this ravine behind my head here is like flooded out and like it floods over the side there. We could flood this ravine and make this a channel that cuts through here. And then we could use this part of the island. And I think maybe we would make this ravine here like a focus or something like that of kind of everything we have going on and convert the rest of it into the seaside park. Or we terraform this part of the island here and we make this entire thing into the seaside park. I'm not a hundy pea on which one I want to do just yet as I float up here on top of this bubbly headed guy. And I'm looking down at the whole thing. I really need to give it a good think. So I'm going to work on the bridge first. But I just wanted to welcome you back to a brand new episode of Tritoncraft. So let's get our gigantic... Hi. I don't even know what we're doing. I have no idea. Oh, I love him so much. But yeah, we are going to go and get this over into a creative backup of the world. And I'm going to do some testing. I'm not going to show you the testing, though. You're going to come back and you're going to see what I decided. And if you disagree with what I decided, hit it off in the comments down below. I'll see you in a bit. Okay, wait a minute. Or, hear me out. We do both. It's been literally like 2 minutes since I recorded the last little bit of this, expecting to go to a creative world and like mess around, but why do that? Why don't we just do both? Why don't we keep this island, the one that I'm on over here, as part of the whole seaside park and cut this waterway through here? We can dissolve this wall here behind my head. We could take this whole thing out of here and we can spread the water. Like we can actually, like what I could do is I can put blocks in here and we could just build across it and just spread the water all the way across this. So there's a nice deep channel cut through here. It's going to go down to a very deep ravine too, because I'm pretty sure the ravine over here goes down to deep slate layer. But then we can build bridges over it and still include this half of the island over here in our seaside park walkway, which is kind of going to be like the big centerpiece. It's like this big, beautiful walkway with all the willow trees and stuff. Also, there's weird caves and stuff in here. Yeah, I really actually like that idea. I'm looking at this and I'm like, just getting ready to log off and like copy the world over to creative. And I'm like, wait a minute. Why don't we just do both? So yeah, I really love that idea. So yeah, I mean, there's still going to be a ton. The hell? There's still so much fill work that's got to be done over here, and there's still so much terraforming work that's got to be done over here that, you know, I mean, this is still going to be an exceptionally massive project. I'm going to get some more stuff done. I'm not 100% sure what, and you're going to see it in some time-lapsey form, and then when we come back, we will get on to the next phase here. I thought these things were slow when you were flying them around through the air, but if they're half submerged, let me tell you, they are dreadful. He can fit through this opening, though, in between the bridge. Hello, welcome back, everybody. I recorded a whole bunch of other stuff that I then threw straight in the trash because it was awful. Genuinely awful. We are, of course, on our little happy gas friend here, checking out the beginnings, the very, very beginnings of our beautiful seaside park. We've built a river that kind of cuts through here. We flooded that entire chasm. I actually went, and we're going to free cam this just so I can show you this instead, because I spent so much time flooding this canyon down here, because what I didn't want is I didn't want you to get underwater and then look, and then you could still see, like, see, that's all the water sheeting down, like, down inside the canyon. So I could still push that even further back if I really wanted to, but I wanted the effect of like being underwater and you wouldn't see that massively. The free cam looks a little bit, hey. I am not a super big fan of it yet. Biggest issues that I have, of course, we did complete the bridge. You can see the bridge is 100% complete. It was really important to me to make sure the bridge got done because I was using the same design and everything. I didn't do any time-lapse or any kind of footage like that. I just plowed through and got it done. But I knew if I didn't build it that I wouldn't build it. Like, I knew if I left the bridge till last, or if I knew if I left some part of it undone, I wouldn't do it. We also changed the pathway over here. You can see the entrance over here has changed. There's time-lapse footage I'm going to pepper in here at different times where you're going to see different stuff. We've still got more lighting and things like that we've got to add all throughout the island area over there to make it a little bit spawn safe, because right now it is emphatically not. But yeah, I had to build the bridge, make sure we got the bridge done, but I don't like that the bridge is elevated into this position on the island because, of course, the way we have the seawall designed here is it's about, I think it's 4 blocks above sea level right now. And we're going to put a little retaining wall in there that's going to be about a block or a half a block higher than where the retaining wall is right now. But the bridge comes over, yeah, that's 6 blocks higher, where the actual pathway comes up off of the bridge. So we have to have some kind of elevated something or other over here in order to do this. I don't want to make the seawall too high, but I'm really torn. And I talked about before, like going into creative mode and taking a look and trying to figure out exactly what we were going to do with this. And I really dislike this terraforming, like just this little mound here where, of course, we've got our beacon. I added this stuff here because I was like, what if we build some kind of structure at the end of the bridge and then have like stairs, like maybe this like open air gazebo type thing. And then stairs come down out of it, like into where the pathways are going to go around the exterior of the island. I mean, again, that also is dreadful. I really don't like it. I also love that I flew the happy gas over here and then immediately took to the free cam because this is faster. I love these happy gas, and that's such a cool shot. I love these happy gas so much, but oh my god, they are so slow. Like, so, I mean, they're really actually great. I was using him a little bit as a platform to build some of the underside areas of the bridge. But yeah, oh my god, they're absolutely dreadful. Also, it's going to be nighttime, and I am floating on this thing in the middle of the sky. Yeah! How on earth did I survive that? I don't know how I survived it. He's making his way back down here to me, though, which I kind of love. I don't have snowballs, but he's kind of coming closer a little bit. Anyway, well, I guess I can't believe I survived that. Man. I mean, feather falling plus prot 4 on, like, I'm pretty sure I have prot on all my pieces of armor. Come back here! You stay here. God. But yeah, before we get back to the island mess over there that we obviously have a lot of stuff to do, I want to show you all of the changes that have gone on through here. Because again, one of my big things is I want to add beautiful small details to the world. And our Ahem. I want to show you all the. I love that. Could you not? I love all of the entrance detail of this thing here. We've got the wall pieces there. I built the hill out here. There's a time lapse. So I'm sure editor Nick is cutting in here right now where you'll get to see the kind of evolution of this hill as it gets reshaped just slightly to accommodate the exit from the tunnel. But then we head into the tunnel and you can see just a lot of little small detail additions, like little mini blocks. We got the diamond block over there, little chest over there, just random stuff like furnaces and different things like that. Some barrels. We did talk about adding some vegetation into a couple spots in here. You can see there's a little bit more further up the tunnel, but then we added in a beautiful, beautiful little mini storage room in here. I like the storage being so disassociated in Tritoncraft Season 2, where we've just got little pockets of storage here and there and here and there, and it's just not a cohesive sort of whole. When you look at kind of the storage that I've got going on in a whole, we're not going to build like a massive, huge storage room because I really am not a fan of those kinds of things. Like, especially with like big redstone sorters, like this is not the kind of player I am, so I just won't do that. And of course, you can see we actually have some firefly bushes hiding behind the walls in here. So you just take like this view here, and you can just see again, there's just like a little bushel of peaches down there, a gold block there, just some of the plants, just to break up the monotony of just like the clear tunnel cut through. What I really love about it though is when you get up top and you look down through, like that view, that like kind of tunnel view that drops down with the lanterns is unspoiled. I really, really love that. But yeah, in here, you can see we just added levers and some chains and things like that. This is kind of our little crafting area we've got in here. This is also a little blast furnace area if we need to do that. We've got some anvils and stuff in here. Actually, some armor stand magic. We've got an axe just sort of stuck in the wall there. You can see we're throwing some of these leaves around at different places too to use those. And more armor stand magic up here. Just some kind of extra tools. Just, again, to bring that sense of life. To bring that sense of the lived-in world, I think, is such a beautiful thing. Like this kind of stuff here versus everything else that I've added in here. Like, really, just look at all the life that you see in this thing here. You see the motion of the stone cutter over there, the little tools propped up against the wall there, the fireflies kind of bipping and bopping around. I think that's so beautiful. We'll continue up the tunnel here, and again, more of this kind of stuff in here. Just little splashes of detail. We've got another big plant area kind of right here, which again, I really love. Some crafting tables strewn around through here. I don't have nearly enough crafting tables in this world. That seems like maybe a weird Minecrafty thing, but like I don't have nearly enough of them, and I don't understand how. The only thing I'm not sure of is this bookshelf area in here. I think it's too much. I think I need to pare it back. I think I need to take some of the bookshelves out of there. But then we get in here into our other cut in, which is this mud farm. It was finally time. I needed mud for like the pathway down there, and I needed mud for some of the decorations, and it's just a kind of constant need anyway because I really love mud as a block. So I finally decided to build myself a mud farm instead of coming through with the glass bottles and dunk one block at a time. That sucks. The only difference is I had to build a stone shovel. This is the last mud scooper, because I built a diamond shovel and I built an iron shovel, both of which scoop this too fast. This is the Il Mango design, by the way. I'm pretty sure this came out like right when mud became a thing. And yeah, link to that be down in the description if you've never built it or if you've never seen it. But basically, you pop some dirt in your offhand. Oh, I've got tons of dirt on me. You pop some dirt in your offhand, like so. You need a non-efficiency, like really slow shovel. Even diamond and iron without efficiency is too fast. And then you basically put that in your offhand, and then you just scoop, and it hydrates it with water bottles as you scoop. And before you know it, you're just absolutely swimming in mud. But there we go. And yeah, it works. It works an absolute treat. It does absolutely amazing. Speaking of dirt, we can go ahead and drop off all of this dirt here. We've actually, because of all the terraforming, we've actually been filling up a lot of these chests a lot. But yeah, I figured I would whip this in here, and I just figured armor stand magic. Let's just take the old shovels and just chuck them in here, like against the wall. Again, the world feels more lived in when you just see stuff like that. I think that's really, really amazing. Nothing really back here, right? I was going to say. But yeah, I really, really, again, love that. And then we head out. There's more furnaces and stuff there. And I love this, too, because I can just kind of use these as, like, a little bit of storage, because there's just some things I just don't have a good storage for, like amethyst. And I've got so much honeycomb from my bees, because I never turned off my bee farm for the longest time. And they just go to town. I've got so much honeycomb, it's ridiculous. I'll never need more for probably the rest of the life of this series, honestly, because I've got so much of it. But yeah, look, I love that little anvil on some chains there. The view is unspoiled. Like that view, that tunneling view that as you look down through there, it's unspoiled. You can see like a little bit of the detail stuff. We added some leaves, one of the levers, a couple of levers actually with some chains and stuff, but you still get that nice tunneling effect. And all the way at the end, I had to put the lanterns on chains to bring them down an extra block. I really, really wanted to maintain the integrity of this look. And I love the kind of continuity now. You've got mud blocks here from the mud farm. And then out there, out where the gas is flying in front of the thing, you've got more mud blocks out there to kind of represent that continuity, that transition from the top part of the village up here, up into the pathway down there in the bottom. Right, Mr. LA? He knows what's up. I still got to fix this. I don't know why this is like this. I don't know why I did this. No idea. Literally could not tell you. But I also did some upgrade work up in this area up here. Don't fall down there. Yeah, we also did some upgrade work up here. I figured the best way to show this is to detach the head and the free cam. And of course, we planted a whole ton of trees all back through the whole pathway that we cleared out in there. I'm kind of periodically adding lights into this area, but you can see some of the little areas there with the moss that's covering up sea lanterns that are hidden in the ground in there. We've got some of that action, and we've got some of our big giant bushes that, of course, are also hiding lighting down inside of them. Again, I love these wildflowers, all these different additions that we have here. I think one of the fun things is to actually walk through that area at night. So I think that's what we'll do as we kind of wrap out the video. But we expanded this bush over here, filled out that space that we have over there, and we actually added some more bush work down here. This area right here was kind of the one area closest to the village, aside from up there, that was really still not lit up very well. So I just went through here and we added a whole bunch more of these bushes and things like that in here to hide more lighting and push the light boundary, again, way further away from the village. I really, like, the sad thing is I really, really want to get the village built, because the last thing I want to go in is these giant, like, castle retaining walls, like these fortress walls that are going to go around the perimeter of the village. And I need so much more stuff to be built in the village first. Like, we got to build the library. That's the L shape right there. We've got to build the giant super smelter. Well, giant quote unquote super smelter. That's going to be where that chest is, a little egg shaped thing that's kind of right below where I'm standing right now. A couple smaller houses. I think up there in front of my house, I think that's just going to be a garden, because I don't think we need to build more houses up in that area up there. I actually think the area is going to get too busy up there if we build more houses and stuff up there. So we're not going to do that necessarily. I think that would be a little bit of overkill. But yeah, it's going to be dark here soon, and I kind of knew I was going to fall out there. I wanted to show you this area up here at night because I really, really, really love it. Hopefully we don't run into anything too dangerous, but I'm pretty sure in terms of our spawnability, we pushed the spotting perimeter back pretty significantly. Like, you can see, like, there's nothing but green numbers in every direction here, which is actually kind of one of the main things that we wanted to aim for here. But yeah, let's wait for night here. How beautiful does all of this look here with the fireflies coming out? We've, of course, got some bushes buried, but we've got a lot more of them that are out. So that way the fireflies don't come out until, like, a majority of them at night. But ow. Take a nice kind of casual stroll, like, through the woods here. And, like, I really, really love, again, all the detail work, the leaves, the wildflowers and things like that added in here, all the fireflies. We used some of the pink wildflowers over here. Got a cherry blossom. bush. I love that I like stare at the bush like, how dare you? Yeah. Oh, I really, really love this. I think this is so beautiful. It just gives like, and you can hear the fireflies at night if you listen closely. I want to say it's the bush that emits the sound, not necessarily the fireflies themselves, which I guess that would make sense because the fireflies aren't really entities, right? They're just like a particle effect that's being generated by the bush. We want to continue to push some of this detail stuff, like, because obviously you look over here, it's like, oh, look at all the detail. And then you turn this way, it's like, there's nothing. So we obviously want to continue to work to push some of that out into the village proper there. But I want to take a look at this one over here as well. This is just kind of one of my favorite views now in like the entire village is this bush over here, which sadly when the retaining wall goes in here, it's just going to be this kind of little nook over here. But I mean, again, just all of the just details in here, all of these beautiful little things that just kind of pepper in and make this world feel so beautifully lived in and alive. And that's one thing, like, it's a solo world, and, like, making it feel alive is tough. So, like, making it feel alive is something that's really, really important to me as we continue to work through here. I mean, obviously, this is going to somehow be connected to the retaining wall when this is all built in here. And then, yeah, basically, this will be a straight-on view like this, where you'll just see this like this. You won't even see the barn in that view once the walls are in place, but even still. Just absolutely sensational. Let's get some daytime back in here and get back over to the island because I've done so much, but I also feel like I haven't done anything in terms of like progress on the park. But that's because I did make that promise to myself that I want to do a lot of detail work, right, Jelly? But now let's get back over to our island here, and now it's time to really start discussing what is going to come next with this phase. And I'm taking a wider view here with the replay mod, so that way y'all can see a little bit more of what we're looking at here. But yeah, I am not a fan of this little mound over here. I'm trying to think of ways that I can incorporate different elements over here, and I am coming up blank. Like, I like the fact that there's a channel that cuts through this little land piece over here, but then as soon as I flooded it and finished it, I was like, I don't know how much I like it. I don't know if I would have liked it to just be one continuous island that kind of spans across this whole thing. That option obviously is still before us. We can just cover over this with blocks and it's fine. Like, it's not going to hurt anything. Ultimately, like, I think this is one of those trust the process kind of things, right? Like, where it's not necessarily where I would like it to be right now. But once we start adding in some more of the elements, like we obviously have to add in the retaining wall around the exterior of the island. We have to add in the pathways that are going to go along the edge of the island. And we have to start adding in the big trees that are obviously going to hang out over the water, which we haven't even really kind of figured out what design we're going to go with for that yet. Because I'm going to design like a custom tree design and then have to build a lot of them. Oh, God. I'm just thinking now about all the custom tree work we're going to have to do. Oh, God. Oh, no. But yeah, I really, I don't know what else to do. I think what I need to do, and since I've never taken real life inspiration from something before, so directly anyway, in terms of building a Minecraft build, I think we need to kind of think on our feet. And I think we need to adapt a little bit to what is actually going on with the retaining wall here. Because like I said, this is 3 blocks over here, which is not like terrible. With the retaining wall, it's going to be like a 3.5 or 4 block tall retaining wall. But I think maybe we need to take this a couple blocks higher and maybe make the slope out from the main mound there a little bit more gradual. So a lot of the dirt that we removed from here that we took over to the mud farm, we're going to have to now bring back out here and kind of start rebuilding a little bit of this. I think we needed to get the canvas kind of... Hello? I think we kind of needed to get the canvas in this state, though, so we can actually see... I don't know, just to actually see like what we were working with and figure out like what the best plan was going to be. The only problem we're going to run into, though, is we need to adapt the pathway slightly because it comes underneath the bridge here. You can see there's actually still running water down there. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if I cut away from the replay mod footage. Flashback footage? It's not replay mod. Whatever. Anyway, like if we maybe bring the pathway over here, this is what I was initially thinking of doing, and then I just left it all the same height. But I think we're going to take this down and we're going to build some stairs that are going to go down. So you're kind of right along the sea. And like this part of the retaining wall will only be like 2 blocks or something like that instead of like the 4 or 5 or 6 or whatever we end up going with. But yeah, my problem being though is like with the retaining wall, like I want to be able to stand here and like get the majority of your view be water. Right now it is, but it's like if I build too much higher, let's get a block in the hand here and like, you know, like if we build too much high, well, I guess it's still, maybe I'm just talking out of my butt. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about there, but yeah, and obviously we still have this little piece over here. This little island is not even half of what the terraforming that we've got to do. We still got to figure out how we're going to actually bridge over and separate the island, I should say, from the mainland, because we obviously have to do our little cut in over here by the beach. We have to figure out what we're going to do with these ravines. At least one of them, we're going to add a walkway around and we're going to fence it off, but I'm not sure which one, because we've got this one over here and this one over here by this cow over here. There's two different ravines that we can work with here, and we could try to make this work. But what the other one's going to get covered in is the difference, and I don't know which one. And we've got to kind of do a lot of terraforming on this second half of the island over here, because if I thought the first half was messy, this half is even worse. Like this is you can't tell when you're looking at everything when it's absolutely covered in spruce trees, but this is just dreadful, like dreadfully bad, you know, terraforming. And then, yeah, we still have to figure out what are we going to do with our beach area over here. Are we going to do, because this is a cut in over here, and we could take this and we can wrap this like all the way over here, or there's like a little cut in over here that we can do. And there's actually something of a little, it's not a ravine, it's just like it's a baby ravine, something, I don't even necessarily know, but basically we can follow the coastline like down this way and then start coming back over this way. I'm not 100% sure. There's so much to consider and so much work to be done. And the problem is in survival, especially, like once I commit to it, like my time for playing Minecraft is limited enough as it is. I do not have time to redo work. Like, it's bad enough we're going to have to redo it with the island over there. The other problem that I have is like most of the rest of the park in terms of elevation wise, you can see where the beacon is over there. Most of the rest of the park is actually lower than that in elevation already. And I took down that island a lot. I actually chopped that island down a lot. So I'm just not 100% sure exactly what we're going to do here. So we've got some decisions to make. Do we make a bridge and we make this one large contiguous island? Do we add small walk bridges that go over the water, the span that I added in here, which means I wasted a ton of time flooding this whole thing and then flooding all the caverns underneath and everything like that. I mean, it looks cool just kind of in this view here, but I don't know. I think it's just the way that these are shaped. I wish maybe that it wasn't like this weird diagonal cut in that way that goes up that way. I don't know. There's just, I'm so torn about what it's gonna look like, but I think it's one of those things where I just need to trust the process. I need to get the pathways in here. I need to start working and getting so much of this island put together, and then it's all gonna congeal and make sense in my head. At least I really feel like that's what might happen. You know, but I don't necessarily know. But that is going to do it for another episode of Tritoncraft. I do want to thank you so much for spending a little bit of time here with me as we try to figure this whole thing out together. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Do we make this one continuous island? Do we keep the cut in there and build some bridges over it? Do we do something else entirely? Like maybe we do something else entirely. I also had a feeling of like, what if the bridge continues like from behind my head all the way over to the right? What if the bridge continues all the way over to that landmass over there and we, you know, use that to build some kind of future road some other time, and then we build a little branching path off of the bridge, you know, to do whatever. I don't know. There's so many different things left to consider. So it's anybody's guess what we end up doing. But nevertheless, I love you, beautiful faces. Thank you so much for spending some time with me here, for checking out the video. I really appreciate you. Have an absolutely amazing day. Be good to yourselves and do something to put some good and some love out into the world around you today. Make your world a better place to live in. Fill your life with love and goodness and positive energy. And I will see you next time. Boop.